Testing. Testing.
Hey,
I can hear you, Joe.
Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Testing. Oh, y'all can hear me? It's saying I couldn't hear me for some, or saying the speaker couldn't work. All right, so y'all can hear me. All right, good. All right, shit. Started to get worried there for a second. I got a blue parrot when I'm balls or whatever the hell it's called. Okay, so a couple minutes here. Let's go to SPY real quick. SPY really tight consolidation here, guys. Right in the lower part of range there. We had that big sell-off yesterday, and of course, anything that breaks this pre-market low around 435 is going to be selling back off. It's not looking good, especially on NQ NQ. Basically, we'll look at it in just a second. It's a break retest 4 hour. Now, right here, here's our A+ setup, set up right now on SPY on the weekly. So not good. It's not good at all. We broke this candle here. First off, here's our lower highs, and we're coming back to this big ass green candle. The target will be 50% of this range. We open the low, and then we'll come back to pivot. Right? If it comes down, it can fail to make a new low, and then we'll shoot right back up. But it's not looking good. If we break yesterday's low, looks like it's going to happen at open. The market's in absolute trouble, and this consolidation usually happens right before the next break. So right here is key. It's going to be the low 437.68. Let me say 435.60 is key. And this thing can absolutely drop like a damn rock, guys. So keep an eye on SPY. We'll take a look at Tesla as well. A lot of people think it's going to come back up. I don't think so. I don't think so. Same thing pre-market. Anything, guys, that takes out yesterday's low will be immediately short. All right. So Tesla, if it breaks yesterday's low, will be immediately short here. It's going to be open up a little bit higher. I don't think it matters. Of course, anything's possible. It could push up. We just don't know. Take a look at NQ. Google had a big sell-off. Facebook's consolidated. Everything just died and consolidated near the low of the day. That's the rest it needs before it continues to go lower. Right here, let's go ahead and bring up the NQ on a higher time frame. Starting to push up currently, but let's look at the week. And work at the higher time frames and work our way back. We want to go general direction. Right here, we came down, pulled back up. Now we've retested. We've retested the second time. We're on our way back down. Right here's lower highs. We're coming down this big green candle. It gets us to $13,000. Our first target would be the body of this candle, and then the wick. Right, and then we'll target the next pivot down. Not looking good. It's just not looking good. Of course, we don't do shit. We'll take it either way, frankly. The 4 hour. More minutes here. 4 hours of break retest. On the 60, we can see we're in this range here. All right, so the key levels on NQ, the biggest break levels is going to be over this wick here, or on the lowest wick. And of course, we can trade this range all day long. And the reason we can is because this range is massive. It's huge. There's 600 points in this range, if not more. Now, it's also making higher lows at the same time. So we can key again is going to be the highest wick in the range or the low. So if this is a 5-minute chart, we play it the same exact way. So short on the low, long over the high, we'll target 50% of this big candle. The open, the wick, 50% of this candle, body wick. So these A+ setups can really work either way. They can work the downside or the upside. So right here, there's a lower high that breaks down. Right here, it comes up. Right here, consolidation can come right back up. We can see 14,298 again. So we'll keep an eye on it here. Right now, anything that breaks 13,683 will be short. If it takes out the low, or 682 will be short. And if it breaks right now, if it breaks 730, it'll be long, guys. We'll target 13,781. All right, 13,781 will be target when it breaks the top side. On the 60, you can see it is making higher highs, higher lows here, free market, but on the higher time frames, it is. Let the market open up here. EMQ's long right this second. We're going to target 13,781. There is individual levels here. So 50, 57, 71, 81. EMQ's long again right here. Every time it breaks the high day, it's long. So the next time it breaks current candle high, it'll be long again. So long over 744. Target will be this pivot on the 5 minute 15. So right here it comes up, it can touch this low right here and retest. Every time it breaks the day's high, it'll be long. You scalp it or whatever you want to do with it. All right, guys, we're watching Tesla here. If Tesla takes out yesterday's low, it'll be short instantly. So short under 995. Shopify is short right this second. Amazon's going to be short under 29.51 for continuation to the downside. B8 is short right this second. Up a 5 minute here. Now, another thing you got to realize is on the 60, there's a few different things going on with it. First off, it's making this higher low. The most important thing that you need to realize, besides all that shit, is it's a consolidation. It's a really tight range here. All right. Consolidation is a range. It's also a chop. It's a literal chop. So you can trade it, but as usual, scalp. Scalp. NQ's gonna be long again right this second. Again, we're gonna still target 13,781 here. If it breaks 781, guys, we'll see a big ass move to the top side. If it breaks 781, target will be 773 and 780. Gonna be long again over current candles high, over $66. That'll be long again. Target 81. Bob was ripping here. NQ's long again here. Gonna be long again over 71. Long right there. All right, we're at pivot here, guys. Let's see what happens if it breaks. Now we're looking if it breaks. There's major resistance at 13,781. If it breaks this level here, we can see a huge spike back up. Remember, it's coming back up to a fucking massive red candle.
Hey,
Now,
Jerry,
yep, go ahead.
go ahead. I'll finish.
781 levels matches is a resistance level as well. We want to watch as how price reacts to this level here. So 781 is key. You want to be safe. You want to wait till it breaks the high of this candle here and come back to retest for pushing back up, right? But there's a lot of stops right here on that wick. All right, go ahead.
I just want to thank you. I've already made my daily goal on MNQ because of you.
Nice,
Thanks.
great job. Well, if that's the case, turn your screens off. Call it a day, my friend.
I'm still going to take out and watch it, but I'm going to be very careful on what I take.
Nice
but thank
job.
You are crazy. Awesome.
That's crazy. What we're done. We're not even 5 minutes in the day. Incredible, man. Great job. That's how we do it, guys. You want to talk about somebody that's a beast? This guy named Christian, XGen is his username on here. That guy's got a story, man. He started a couple of weeks ago. That guy is a monster. All right, guys, we're looking to take the low of this candle right here now. But see how price reacts? Remember, if it comes up and it fails by 1 penny, it is automatically bearish. So that's our targets are going to be these levels right here. But you've got to look, even if it fails by 1 cent, and I say it every single day, but 1 cent makes it bearish. The reason being, it's a double top right there. It comes up, so it's this pattern right here. Now wait, you can't do shit. You got to wait on it. We want to take this lower candle right here out. Now, if we break that candle there, we got a little bit of chop here. That's a major resistance level right here below it. So let me draw it. So we always want to look left when we're looking at entries. Right there is a major support level. Now, if it does break the high, not of this candle, all right, so we're so close to this resistance level, we don't take it when it breaks the high current candle anymore. It's because we're at target. We got to wait till it breaks this one. All right, so it breaks this one or this one. Now, really, it's so close. You see this line of candles here? It's a major resistance level as well. All right. So if you want to be a really safe trader, you'll wait till it breaks this candle. If you want to be really safe, you wait till it retests it, or it breaks the low of that candle there. All right. So that's what we do. We just wait. Wait. Now, there's ways that you can scalp this candle right here. All right. There is ways you can scalp it, but it's not safe. We're right back in the range. So remember, every time I'm looking at a ticker, it's Tesla's short right here, guys. Going to be aggressive. Target's going to be yesterday's low on Tesla. Now we got a lot of stuff setting up for to run a lot of stops here too. Facebook, if it breaks the day's high, it'll be long. Now this stuff moves up so quickly because it's running the stops, and after it runs the stops, this thing can turn around and drop like a rock. Tesla is short here. Target's yesterday's low. Facebook will be long if it can break yesterday's high. Now look, if we break 1370, say, yeah, 13,700, it'll be short. All right, we're going to target this candle right here. So 13,695, 13,690. All right, and same thing with this low here, this pre-market low, or this pivot low, I should say. That'll be our target. So if it breaks current candle's low here, we'll short it. The target will be 50%. The open, the low of the candle, and then the low. This right here is a pivot. All right, we're going to target short right this second. Our first target hit. The video is going to be short under $200, guys. We're looking at a big fucking massive break. And I want to pull up the video here in a second. We talked about it yesterday. All right, guys. NQ is going to be short again under current candle's low. We're going to target this support level right here. Really volatile. So let's go to the video right quick. Catches that first target here. Let's go to NVIDIA on the higher time frame. We talked about this yesterday. This major resistance level. We'll pull up the weekly. Well, no, let's just do this. Let's pull up the monthly. Remember, the longer price consolidates, the bigger the break. We knew this. We knew this right here. That major level there, those wicks. That's a major support level there. And what it broke it. So it's a downtrend, right? So there's a pullback to downside. And a few weeks ago, we played the same exact thing. There's our setup. It broke consolidation. The target was the open and low of that candle there. Right? Still is. But it triggered yesterday. Here, it triggered yesterday on the break of consolidation. So we play pivot to pivot to pivot. So if we go to the 4 hour here, NQ short right down the target, guys. Hit both targets. Next target is 13,652. When it gets down there, if it fails to touch it by 1 penny, what is it? It's fucking bullish. I know I got a dirty mouth. I'm sorry. So right here, see this consolidation here? There's a downtrend. It consolidates. That's the rest for the next move. What does it do? It absolutely pukes in. NVIDIA short there second. Tesla just hit target. Still going. Next target, pivot 15. NQ is going to be short right there second. If we blow through the pivot 60, we got a 600-point measure move candle to the downside. Target 13,000. So right there, consolidation break downside, or pull back to downside, next pull back to downside. So every time it pulls back and down, that's a pattern we use in one candle, two candles, 200 candles. It's the same stuff. Because lower highs and lower lows is a downtrend. All right, so we go with the flow. We'll go with the flow of the higher time frames. $50,000 on a week. Nice job, man. Nice job. Let's go. That guy's a beast. I'm telling you, man. That guy has, Dave, he's made a year's salary since joining. Well, for some people's salaries. My stuff's lagging right here. It's all right, guys. NQ broke, expand that range there. We need to keep an eye on it here. If it breaks back below low a day, if it breaks 13,777, we will target hang on a second, I've got that number wrong. If it breaks 13,644, we're going to target the next pivot down, what could be 13,612. But we wait. Remember, because there's expansion. Let's see if this thing will work out here. And the video's still selling off. Why? I mean, it broke consolidation. It broke this massive consolidation. Not only did it take the 60, it took the 4 hour, the day, the week, and the month down. Is that important? Damn bet it is. And people's like, what's the news for yesterday? Well, the news don't mean a shit. When it breaks a major support, every institution, every big hedge fund, everybody is going to be damn flopping to get out. You know what I'm saying? That's why they sell off. It don't have anything to do with news, really. News may push it, but when it breaks these major support levels, they're gone. The only thing that matters is NQ short. The only thing that matters is where these candles are. All right, we're going to target this pivot 60 here. First target is going to be this 13,635. We hit target right there. The next target is going to be the low of this candle right here. And I'm telling you, if it breaks 13,612, we can see a big push. Now, that is the target. What happens when it gets down there? It double bottoms, first off. And when it gets to our target, we got to take a step back, and you got to kind of look at it, because it can get close and reverse. It could touch it and reverse. It could expand it and then reverse. If it's going to keep going, and of course, you know, we want it to keep going. We want to see it pull back and then retest and then keep on going. That's confirmation that price is going to continue. But when it gets close, you got to wait, because this right here is a double bottom. And if it comes up and it fails by 1 cent, just like it did on the 60 yesterday, it came up and it failed, remember? And it puked all day long. So here's another big thing. Here's a compound too. This right here is consolidation. All right, we're looking at another move to the downside possible. But we wait. You don't have to wait. What I'm saying is you can play this thing all the way down to this move. But, you know, for the big moves, we've got to wait, because we're at a major support level here. All right, so we wait. We wait and see what happens here. We got a big master reversal. I can tell you this, guys, if we break 13,677 top side here, it'll be long. It'll be long immediately, and we'll target this big ass red candle, target 713, 50%. The open high. And if it breaks right now, if it breaks 13.16, it will be short. Now there is some resistance down here or support, and we know that because of this wick. See that wick right there? All right, now look, if it breaks this candle here, this candle is the inside. It is a higher low. When it takes this wick out here, it makes a higher high, which is an uptrend. All right. Not only that, on the 60, it's bouncing on the pivot or resistance. All right. So if it breaks that candle there, we can target this right here, but this could just be a pullback to the downside. So we wait. So you just scalp, right? You just scalp or do whatever you want with it. Long right there, if it pulls back and holds that support, it'll be long again over current candle's high. We'll target roughly 50%, and to be exact, that wick. Tesla hit target there. You should have a stop on it if you're not already out of it. If you're in Tesla, stop should be at $1,007. If it breaks the day's low, you're going to add to your position, or you can enter if you're not in it yet. Target will be 976. Tesla, same thing. It pulled back roughly for 50% of previous candle's high or the range. It'll be short in 19728. All right, so it looks like we're getting a pullback here to the top side. Remember, you can scalp these. I mean, that's a big ass move right there. That little wick, when it popped up there, that's 5-10 points instantly right there. We're consolidating. It's a little sideways move here, right? In a downtrend. There's that where it popped up. It failed to make a new high and boom, right back down. Now we wait. We wait again. We're going to wait again. It breaks that right there. It continues the downtrend. If it takes the high out, we'll still target this wick right here. Every time it pulls back, we want it to hold this area here. All right? We want to hold in this area. Now it can pull down a little bit. Wait. I'm looking to see how far it pulls back in itself. I'm going to trade half size a day. Don't like trading. Gotcha. How would play the chop would play every candle? I'm not really sure what you mean, my friend. We can play the consolidation on the higher time frames as long as the pattern's semi-clean. You would treat it just like you would on a higher time frame. We just trade these smaller consolidation breaks. If you'd be a little bit more exact, I'm happy to help you. I don't think I quite understand your question. I'm sorry. Here's what you do when you're trading this chop. Look for the largest candles, like this thing right here. We get a consolidation. It breaks the consolidation. Consolidates here. It comes back up. You'll target these areas. You wait till it's outside of chop. So this is chop. All right. You're going to wait till it breaks the low or the tallest wick in that range. All right. And you want to play back through large candles. So this right here is actually a large compound tube. All right. You can play ranges even if it's choppy, but when you look to the left, make sure that the candles are clean. Like this area here, that's a lot of garbage. But because this big red candle's here, I want to show you what happens. See these big candles here? Everything behind it is void. It blocks out all the noise, all the garbage. Everything that happened prior to this candle is pointless. It's mute. So when price comes back through there, it can come up just as fast. It can come up just as quickly. All right. But because that's a large candle, you'll target 50%. And since that low-hanging wick there acted as a support level before, it could act as resistance. And even though this candle blocks out all this stuff, price can push back through there quickly. You still want to be mindful of it. Right now, we're chopping, consolidating because these candles are so liquid. So large, it shows you volatility. A lot of volatility in these candles here. Now, what happened is it made a higher low here, and it made a higher high. All right, don't mean that we're in an uptrend yet. I can tell you this right off the bat, we got more information. If it breaks that wick, we're long. All right, we're still going to target this area here, open high and pivot. All right, so now we got a higher high and a higher low, higher high, higher low. Now it takes this candle out here, previous candle high, it makes another higher high, continues our uptrend. Long, there's first target hit. Now watch it react right here, that wick. See it react to the wick? See it reacting to the wick? Now, if it breaks a current candle's high, guess what? It's long again. I don't want to move too much stuff here. I want you to see exactly where I drew that stuff, where it happened, for a reason. See how price reacted to this wick right here? It came up and pulled back. These wicks are more important than the bodies. Absolutely, hands down, they're more important. All right. And where did it hit? It hit 50% of this candle. That's a big move. Probably 20, 30 points when it broke that high there. We're still strong here. All right. Perhaps wants to, it can take this candle out, come back to retest that pivot a second time for pushing back up. Anytime we break the high of this candle, guess what? One long again. At this point, we're going to target the open, but we're still going to target, break it down to 50%. Okay? 50%, 50%, 50%. A lot of people try the 50% rule, but they don't have a clue how it works. They just go with it. A lot of people take people's stuff and they don't have a clue how to do it. They just run with it. Let me long get over this current candle's high. Again, we're going to target 50% here, right here on this level. And because that's a big green candle, price can come up just as quickly. So let me redraw this real quick. First target here. Next target is going to be 50% of this move, open and high. This entire area here is a major resistance level. Right? If you pulled up book maps or option flow or whatever the hell you call it, you would see this on it. Right? And you would see that 100%. It would look just like that. And it would probably be up here on this level here. It would be darker. Right, let me draw book maps for you. You want to pay book maps here? Pay me. We don't need all that bullshit. We see it. We can see it without it. It's garbage. All right, Tesla pushing back up here, NVIDIA pushing back up. Now, guys, if they break, if NVIDIA pushes back up, we can push it back up just as quickly. I wouldn't touch it unless it breaks 205.25. TMO continue to push down here. It's breaking a major. It breaks a major consolidation at 563. So TMO, if it breaks 563, be short here. Huge sell off to the downside. Now a lot of this stuff can come back to retest and then sell back off. So Roku, if it breaks $98, it'll be short. Etsy, if it breaks $100, it'll be short. What should we queue for long and short? All right, so if it breaks the current candle's high here, if it breaks 13.72, won't be long. Now, if you want a big move, if you want to capture the biggest move possible, right here. If it breaks 13.781, the high of this candle, it'll be long. If it breaks the lowest candle of the day's range, it'll be short. That's where you're going to get your largest moves. All right, that's where your absolutely hugest moves be. Now, if we look at right here on the 5-minute, let me show you what's going on. First off, there's a pivot high and a pivot low. Every bit of this is consolidation. This is literally a sideways move. It's a range. It's a chop. All right. We are in consolidation. This is a larger consolidation. As long as this range over here is large enough, we can trade this damn thing all day. And as long as the pattern's semi-clean, right, we can still play the range. Right here, we got to pull back the top side here. If it breaks the current candle, we'll go back to the top. All right, got 1 minute left in current candle. Candle's going to open inside. it will create a higher low automatically. As soon as it takes out the higher high here, it'll be long. Again, if it takes out the low, it'll be short. We'll target pivot, all right, and the open low of that candle right there. So in order to continue our uptrend, we got to take out the high of that candle and be our entry signal, all right. And because we're going to absolutely target the pivot, you're going to target individual candles here, body, wick, 2 separate targets. You know, since that's a big move, you'll break it down to 50%. Whenever you're selling, you want to beat the other people to it. Bob was going to the moon today. It'd be a good spot to short it if it starts to consolidate and break down. Lockheed Martin pushing. I don't know why that's way up there. ACC. All right, NQ is fixing to trigger the downside here, guys. If it does, target's going to be pivot, and then it's going to be 13,638, 13,630. Just a larger consolidation here. ACC. That's been moving with sale, and there's not enough volume on there. But look at that monster breaking that. It's a break retest on the month, breaks consolidation, rips. Gapped up, stuck right in a really tight range. More than likely, ACC is going to continue when it breaks this consolidation. Let's check out ES. My strategy is just as deadly on ES. Right now on ES, we expand that range right there. It could come right back up. If the ES breaks the high of this candle here, it'd be long. The only problem is your target's only going to be 4369. It can come back to retest that level before selling back off. So if you like ES, if it breaks 4346 today, it will be short immediately. It'll be a break retest the downside, right? So there's that long consolidation in the lower 20% of the range. It will not be a good thing. All right, so ES, if it breaks 43.59 to be long, the only problem is target's going to be that pivot. All right. You don't want to play anything up above this right here. If it breaks this wick here, you can take it back up to 43.91. But I'm telling you, if it breaks 43.46, it's in trouble. Major trouble. And it can shoot right down to 4129, guys. It's gonna be a massive drop. It's gonna be quick. Super clean price action to the downside. All right, it's short right this second. It's gonna be aggressive with it, with the target being these bodies here. So 43.49, 43.46, then continues lower. Let's pull up NQ here on the 60, and your best trades come from outside this range, without a doubt. So see, it's just literally a sideways move here. Your best trades come outside that range. Again, if it takes the low of day at any point, if it takes the low of this candle right here, it'll be short immediately. Now, you're still going to target that pivot. You want to see what happens outside of that pivot right there. Netflix starting to pop up here. I don't see it pushing up, making a new high. Now watch SQ here, really tight consolidation. If it breaks the low, yesterday's low, it'll be short immediately. Same thing with Roku. Same thing with Etsy. Same thing with Crowd. Here's 10 o'clock. And now if you want to be aggressive, NQ breaks 13,654, be short. All right. And you'll target 13,638. So right here, first off, all of this is a consolidation. All right. But if you're looking right here on the 60, this is a tighter consolidation. Right there. It's chop. It's chop. And if you want to be really safe, you don't do anything until it breaks the tallest wick in that range or the lowest. All right. Because anything can happen here. It's a chop. They call it chop for a reason. Twitter's going to the moon here, breaking 60 consolidation to the top side. So it's really weird. A lot of these tickers are pushing up here really strong, but we got SPY and QQQ just not doing much. This could be people could be dumping their positions. So when you see a major downtrend, you start to see green. This could be institutional hedge funds dumping these positions, right? Because there are green days in downtrends, right? So when the market comes down, when it pulls back, that's green or profit taking, right? So say a ticker's just dying, and all of a sudden you see a couple green days. That could be profit taken from a higher time frame. Just like there's red days and uptrends. Pull up NQ. We're just in a really tight consolidation. So we're consolidation, side consolidation, side consolidation. And it's getting tighter and tighter. So here's what it's looking like here. Symmetric triangle. I call it coiling. Price coils until it breaks out, strikes. So it does this. It gets tighter and tighter and tighter until it breaks direction. Now there's ways to enter this thing. All right, but again, your target's only going to be the top of the bottom of the consolidation. So you wait. CMO's still dying here. Let me throw that back on there. And to be a real trend line, guys, it needs to have at least 3 touches. You know what I hate? I hate when people say they draw a Browning formations. They think every damn thing got a Browning formation on there. And they'll do this. They'll draw it on past data, and they'll be like, yeah, there's a Browning formation right there. All right, you're drawing it on past data. Now, if you draw it and all of a sudden it comes back up and it touches it, yeah, it's a Browning formation. You're drawing it on shit that's already happened, and you're connecting the dots where you want. You can have one ticker and say, hey, put Browning formations on this, and you're going to have 8 different Browning formations because it's up to everybody's interpretation. Now, if you're going to draw a real Browning formation, you need to have 3 points of contact at a minimum, right? Because the chances of it coming back up and hitting the 3rd time is greater. I've drawn thousands of them. 90% fail. Yeah, 90% of them fail. Because you're drawing it on past data. You're drawing it literally on past stuff that's already happened. You can't say it bounced on a Browning formation because you drew 2 lines on it. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. All right, let's watch this thing. Let's go to Baba here. This thing's just chopping. Again, your ranges are, it needs to break the high of this candle here or the low of this one. All right, now if it breaks this candle right here at 13,654, the low of this candle, you can take it short. Target's gonna be the pivot and the body with this candle, all right, and then the low. That just breaks this trend line to the downside. Right? There's more than 3 touches here, so it's a relevant trend line. I want to go to Baba here. Baba is pushing up pretty damn strong here. It's right up against resistance on the 16th currently. I want to see how it reacts to it. So right here on the 60, there's a major resistance level at 90.30. There's also a resistance level at $91. I want to see if this thing comes up to retest because this thing's absolutely been dying. Even Netflix is pushing up here, but this thing has been in a major sell-off. And because we know the pivots act as a magnet and come back up to retest that pivot there, what I want to see is I want to see a consolidation. I want to see it to start making lower highs, lower lows. That'd be one hell of a swing. All right, we'll take it right back down to low and then continue to sell off. Netflix doing the same thing. Huge. I mean, this absolutely dying, starting to push back up here. Now, some people may buy it just for that gap fill. I don't know. The market's crazy. So right now it needs to break 228.50 for long. At that point, it comes back up this red candle. Now, that big red candle is clean price action. There's a lot of stops there. So once the stops get ran, anything can happen. It could happen to few. Tesla went long here. Target's going to be pivot on the 60.
Hey Jerry, what can you show the pivot on the 60 for Tesla?
Tesla, or the pivot is at 10:35.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now pivot on the 5-minute, 10:41. And it can start to pop back up again. There's a lot of stops there. If it breaks that level, we can see 1081, 1090. Just come back up to 1152 there. But it's pushing up now because it's running the stops. NQ's pushing up here. It'd be great to scalp. I just don't trust it right now. And here's the why. First off, we're in a really tight range here, guys. Now you can scalp it. There's no doubt about it. But these candles are huge. A lot of volatility in there. And right off the bat, we know that there's major resistance right here. And this entire range is a major resistance level, which means that price can come up at any point in this area. It can rip back down anywhere. There's no rhyme or reason to where they're setting their buy orders or sell orders here. And look at that wick. See that wick there? That is so dangerous. It's volatile. Now you could play that wick all day long when it breaks these wicks here. You would target 50% in the bodies, but super volatile. That's where scalping comes into play. Scalp breaks. The video trying to pop back up here. I just don't trust it. I think it's just profit there. I think it's a trap. All right. Super wiki NQ really tight consolidation here. I'm seeing where it bounces. So if it bounces off this wick here and pushes back up, we're taking it right back to the top side. So what I do is I'm looking down left. I'm looking for support levels here, here, here. I'm seeing where it bounces. So it would do this. It would come up, bounce, and then push back up. Breaks current candles high, it can come back up to here. As long as it's in this range, it can do whatever it wants to do. Do whatever it wants to do. It's ugly right now. And because that 60, that really tight consolidation on the 60, you got to be careful. Or, when you're looking at the 5-minute, make sure you don't neglect looking at 15, 30, 60. If you're so focused on the 5-minute, you're going to neglect the higher time frames. You're going to miss something. Now, let's look at the 30. And just by looking at the higher time frames, you'll see why there's a problem. All right, so right here, here's the problem. Consolidation chop. See what bounce in there. If it breaks prior candles a little shorter, I'll just scalp it though. Bob is starting to reject off this level here. We need a second candle on it for confirmation of the downside. Just not safe. It's just we don't have a good setup here. See the moves get smaller and smaller. Short right there, targets that white line there. Just hit target there. Next target would be that wick there, and of course a pivot. Breaks that trend line, we can come right back down. It's just wedging. It's real ugly. Real ugly. All right, BA came up to retest pivot, and it's starting to come back down. Not safe to take it until it breaks low a day. Bob is starting to reject pretty sharply here. See what it does. Right now, it's sitting on top of support level. Excuse me. If it breaks 89.50, it'd be short. It could just be pull back the top side here. If it breaks the high, it'd be long. It'd be over top of that support level right here. It gets us back up to the red candle. It's also sitting on resistance. So if it takes a high, it's not really safe to take a high right now either because it's so close to pivot. It's just not nothing really safe. You keep pushing it short here. Take a starter position here. And it didn't fail me. And you short. See what we're doing here. There we go. Target bodies here. The key area is going to be this wick right here. 13,616. It breaks that level. We'll come on down to the pivot. So we broke that trend line downside. Short again here. Woo! Come on, money. See what we do here. You have to be safe and wait till it breaks the low of this wick here. Come on, what you doing? SPY's fixing to take today's low, guys, and when it does, I'm telling you, it's gonna die. Zoom short here, guys. Target's gonna be open lower day. B8 is short. Target's gonna be open lower day. Short again here. Scalp again. Another scalpy. All I'm doing is this. Let me pull it up here. We broke the trend line. I'll show you. We broke that trend line right there. Every time it pulls back in itself and breaks the low, it's short. So it's doing this. Just creeping. Alright, so let's see how it's pulling back here. Sometimes I'll scale it back to the downside. Work that trend line. It's moving back down here. Right here, this entire area here is a major support level. Right here, we know that because of the wicking. See the wicking right there? Right here. One minute left in current candle. All right, guys, test efficient goes short here. We're chasing a big candle, retesting that pivot and trying to come back down. BA still pushing down here. Short here. Let's see if it breaks low here. Oh, missed it. There we go. Cancel that one, it didn't fail. Short again. That's $5. Short again. Another $5. The real number comes under that wick there. Remember, if it fails to touch that wick right there by 1 cent, it's trouble. All right, here we go. Short, guys. It broke that major level. That takes the 60 down. We're still right on top of that pivot, so we got to be careful. So if you're not in it, just wait. Here we go. Short. Let's see how far she'll go. Again, add to it. Woo, shit. Good plan. Short again. See how far we can go here this time. All right, it's taking a 60 down, guys. So right here on the pivot, 60. Remember, the biggest breaks come outside these consolidations. Now remember, price can still expand. It's short again right here, guys. I can't handle it. That's 15 points. I can't handle it. I gotta take it. Short again. Remember, down here when it breaks to 60, there is expansion. Price can expand, and what it does, it's basically a bear trap. It can expand that range only to come right back up. All right, so it does it traps buyers or sellers, and it also runs stops at the same time. That's why you get that big spike. Of course, when they're done, it creates liquidity too. They buy it and take it right back up to the top of the chop. So don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. That's why I like scalping. I'll just take parts and parts and parts. I don't need all of it. Those bits and pieces add up quickly. All right, guys, get ready for BABA here. SPY broke downside 2. NQ breaks 13,593. Be short. BABA will be short under $89. We'll ride that big ass green candle right back to the downside. TMO, if you haven't entered yet, it goes short under 562. So them big candles that we were seeing, I told you they were just pullbacks. They're profit taking. Dang, these market makers are dirty ass people. Now, I still want confirmation. I want to see a pullback to downside on that pivot. I want to see a retest. All right, so here's what I want to see. I want to see this thing break and retest it. All right, I want this support to become a resistance level. It gives me confidence it's going to continue to go lower. Now, but because this is a magnet, price can come down, consolidate, and come right back up to retest it later in the day. All right, we're selling back off. $13, $6, $12. All right, fixing to go short again. Amelia, I hope you caught that. Patience is key. There's always safer entries for sure. And there's more aggressive. Just break retest downside. Now, again, the largest moves happen outside consolidation. All right, guys, if it breaks 593, be short instantly. Now it can come right back up to retest 13,652. But it's in trouble. The entire market's in trouble. So we'll just play it by ear. Price comes back up. We'd expect it to. We could expect this right here to act as a resistance level. That way. Here we go. Take some profits right there. Short again. $5. Short again. Another $4. Short again. That's $3. Wait. I want to see how far back it pulls. I want to see if this wick right here acts as a support level. I'm checking to see how far it pulls back in its current self. I want to see how deep the pullback is. The shallower the pullback, the stronger the trend. Thank you, my lady.
Hi.
You want to spend some money?
Yeah.
We'll do it. Okay. So now we wait. Now in the back of my mind, I'm still thinking we're right below the 60, guys. I'm thinking in the back of my mind, expansion. It's expansion until it's not, right? So I want to be prepared. I want to think 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. Now, again, that pivot is a magnet. It can come back to retest it. All right. So I'm watching. it. If it starts to pull back up, first thing I do is I'll target the body here. All right. Because that is resistance. Say price starts to pull back up here. That's the first level where it can bounce. All right. And then the second, it can bounce off the pivot. And we continue the downtrend. So it's important to think 3, 4, 5 steps ahead. We're playing chess here. Playing like fighting chess. Zoom hit open right there. If you're in Zoom, next target's going to be low a day, guys. BA hit target as well, which is low a day. Open low a day. Roku, if it takes low a day, it'll be short instantly. SQ just triggered to the downside. SC's fixing to trigger next. Etsy's triggering right this second. Let's short here. $5. Short again here. I don't think I should have done that. I pressed the button on accident. It's okay. Let's see where she goes. I'll take one loss. Maybe. Woo. Thank you very much. The good thing too about having this flex grid up is I can see simultaneous breaks in the market. Amazon's fixing to go short here on a lower day. Google and Shop both taking a big hit here. Plugs triggering to the downside right now. Now SQSE, these are taking the 60 out. BA2 short here. Holy shit, what a drop. Damn. You caught it. Fixing short again here. I'm seeing how far it pulls back. I want to see this right here hold. If it does, I'll start to take it back down here. Let's see. Next candle opens up, higher low. Lower high, it's inside. There's rejection. Let's short it here. Target 583. Of course, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to scalp it. If anything looks funny, I cut it immediately. I will not wait. I don't care if it holds support and bounces. I don't give a shit. I'll cut it as quickly as I can. All right, I'm going to cut it right there. And look, a lot of times I'll cut it. It'll find a support resistance level and continue to go my direction. I don't care. I'll cut it and I'll wait on the next setup. I'm not going to hold it hoping it bounces here or here. All right, I'm not going to do it. I'll cut it. All right? Make a habit of keeping these losses to a minimum. If it breaks this wick right here, it'll be long. The next target will be here. You're going to break it down to 50%, right? So target here and then pivot. If it breaks 13,583, it'll be short immediately. Now again, it isn't a downtrend. Now there is resistance here between here and here. All right. So let me do this. Right here's a resistance. Right there. And that wick right there is actually involved in it too. Right there, that whole level of resistance. If you add book maps up or order flow, whatever hell it's called, you'd see the same exact thing right there. Short here. Good sheesh. Yeah, good. Puker. There we go. Break low here. Short it there. All right. Wait for it to break current down low. I'll reshort it again. I love futures. I love them. Let me do this right here. Right here, where we're at right now, we're consolidating. We're literally we're sideways here. All right. So if you take this range here, we're inside a lower 10% of range. It's bearish. This consolidation is a chop in itself. It's literally it's an inside candle here, but this is not necessarily reversal or continuation. This is just a sideways move. And again, you know, just like with the larger candles, a group of candles, we just wait. We want to wait on it to break the high of that candle or the low of this candle here. It's all that matters. That's the only thing that matters. And with it being inside, right off the bat here, it's a higher low, right? So if it takes the high of this candle out right here, we get our A plus setup, then make up that large red candle. If you take this and you add it together, it's one huge red candle. So if price gets started and come right back up just as fast as it went down. Let's buy here. There we go. Woo! There's $8. So I target 50%, open low, and then the pivot, because a pivot is a magnet. I'm watching it come back to retest there. Hold. Woo. Let's go. Going back there. I'm looking every time it pulls back. I'm looking how far it pulls back in it. So it breaks prior candles high here to be long. We'll target the the open high current candle or the previous candle there. Along it. So we come back to retest here. Support. Down 6 points here. Let's see if it don't hold. That's close enough. I'll see if it holds. All right. My max loss is 10 points. We can close it out. Now it can bounce here or here. So it looks like this. It breaks these candles right here to be long. Still target the next level resistance. Long right here. Holy shit! That was 25 points. Jesus. Sorry, got carried away. Jesus. That was a big move. Well, you catch at the right time, sometimes they just explode. They're coming, it's coming back up this huge red candle right here, guys. Right here. It's one big red candle. It's our A+ setup happening right now. So right here, higher lows, it breaks consolidation. And now we're coming back up this large red candle. All right, it's an A+ setup. Every time these candles pull back, I want to see where they stop. All right, right here, this is support. All right, if you're watching current candle, I'm looking at different levels to see if it holds, because if you're not watching, you won't see it retest the level in current candle. Now you could go to 1 minute to see this. All right, and I'm also looking down and up. So here, this right here is a resistance level. So is that wick. I'm watching. Now the entire time, I know that we're back. We're still in a consolidation phase, a larger consolidation phase. And of course, we go to 60. We talked about it earlier. Expansion. All right, so let's go look at it here. An expansion is a bear trap. It runs stops, creates liquidity. So what's it doing? It's right now it's expanded range, coming right back up. Right, we talked about it. If price is going to continue to go lower, what do you want to see for confirmation? We want to see a retest to the downside. At that point, you'll re-enter in a low. Now we're back in the middle of chop. Right, the only thing that helps us out is we're coming back up that solid red candle on the day. So we're still in a chop. Anything in this range can chop your ass up. Okay. And it's important to know everything. The pivots, when it gets around the pivots, a few things that happen. Of course, it's going to reverse and continue, but you know, it can get close. If it fails to touch it by 1 cent on either side, you know, it's going to be bearish or bullish. It can touch it exactly and pull back. It expand the range and then reverse. All right, so there's different things you have to watch out for. And it happens enough. You're going to talk about it. So right here, because MQ, this is a magnet, what do we have? We have a retest here trying to come back down. So here's your levels. If you want to be safe, you don't do nothing until it breaks 13,583. So right now, it's a retest downside. All right. If it breaks current candles low, you can take and short it, but there's only your target's going to be here, and then the body's in the wick. $13,658. Yeah, you have to wait. Let's see. Well, yeah, if you hopped in, I could have got in it. Yep. Yeah, your target would have been the top of this red candle here. And again, scalp it. You know, each candle is different. Again, your target's here, but you want to be out before then. I'm gonna short it here, guys. It bounced right on support there, right here. I'm gonna clear this garbage out. Right there, support. First off, all this is a consolidation instead of a larger consolidation. Now we're sideways again. So you could have hit 58 with the target being here. You want to be out before then. We see it pull back, retest it, could come right back down. This level here is acting as a support level. If it breaks the current candle's low here, you'll target the bodies and then the wicks. Your safest trade is above this wick here or below this. Short. 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 Take that money, boys and girls. There's first target hit. Massive drop on our lower day here, 13,563. See it reject off that support level. No wait. Always looking how far it pulls back in itself. Short. I'll take that. I'm on mute for a second. I'm gonna eat. If I see anything, I'll pop up. I'm right here. Gonna be long right now, guys. Target 50% here, and then wait, and then pivot. 40 points. Kind of short here off this trend line. It's for scalp. Whew. That's quick. Short again. $7. our trend line to move, but let me redraw it here. Right there. Look for a break at either side of that trend line. Remember, a real trend line has to have at least 3 touches to be real and relevant. Not two's guessing. Just guessing. SPY still coming down here. About like an ES. No short here. I'm just taking roughly 5 to 10 points at a time. Sometimes I'll take 3. I'm not greedy. And I'll have probably one bad trade out of 10 to 15. You got to keep losses to a minimum now. Even with regular options. If you're in BA, drag your stops down. TMO's trying to break a new low of the day. If you're in TMO, drag your stop down. Well, still watching Baba here. Major resistance up here on that pivot. It needs to break the low of consolidation. So $89 triggers it to the downside. Short again here. $5. Coming down that big green candle here, breaking trend line, is short again. Get rid of that white in there. Another $5. Target's gonna be 50% of this candle here, and then the low. Short again. After 10:30, so the market's gonna go to choppy chop. So we're in the middle of a chop, but after 10:30, it really take profits right there. It really goes to shit. Short again. It really goes to shit. You take some more profits. Short it. Or 50% of that candle, then the low of it. Some more. Breaks current candle, will be short again. This, that. Remember, we're right in the middle of this chop. Every bit of this right here is a chop. No doubt about it. Still coiling on the top side and the down side. That wick right there, lower high, it broke here, target 50%. Looking to see if it breaks resistance here. Can't draw a straight line, take more out. Right here, it's a major resistance level. If it breaks or holds. Guys, if you are new to my strategy, make sure that you go to resources and start at the top and start reading and watching and studying and learning of this stuff. If you read it twice. If you watch it 3 times and take notes. It's super important. Everything in there is stuff I use on a daily basis. There's not much in there. Don't have to be. There's a lot of noise and shit out there. I'm trying to, you know, I've read thousands of hours of bullshit. So you don't have to. If it's in there, it's important and you need it if you haven't read it before. If you have read it, read it again. It's long right here, guys. I didn't film it. Long right here, target's going to be the top of this candle here. But it's important. It's important that you need to read it, study it, learn it. Come on, yeah, and this stuff right here, you have to scalp. And really, if you're a newer trader, you don't want to be nowhere in this. Right? Frankly, you don't want to be trading this. It's best to trade outside. You really have to know your candles this way. Remember, never neglect the higher time frames, guys. Right here, we see prices cooling. It's just a symmetrical triangle. You can take an early that breaks that level right below the pivots at the same time. So Still making lower highs and it's making higher lows. So it's stay chopped and it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And I can also tell you this, it's a doji. So if you draw this range, you draw a price right where price is right now, it's a doji. And you don't want to be trading those dojis. Still coming down that big green can on the weekly so nicely. Short right here. Probably fixing to call it, guys. The market is chopping as a whole, and really not safe. Let me give you levels on NQ today. If it breaks 13,583, of course we're gonna have another big huge sell off. That is key. That gets us back to the downside. That breaks us. It breaks us out of consolidation at the same exact time. So. That's a lot of money right there. We break consolidation, it's safer. I can tell you this, it's a compound 2, a compound 1, a compound 2. Let me show you this real quick. Remember, the market only does 2 things. It trends or consolidates. So right here, it breaks down. It trends, that's a trend down. It consolidates. So the market only does 2 things. It trends or it consolidates. The consolidation is a rest phase. It's a rest before the next move. Now, we don't give a shit which way it breaks. If it breaks the highest range in this wick, we're coming back up a red candle, a huge one. All right, that's a compound 2. If it breaks the downside, same thing. We're coming down that huge candle on the weekly, guys. It's kind of break either way. It's going to move quickly either way. All right, we're talking about a monster move. 400, 500 points to the top side, 600 point measure move to the downside. All right, let's short again right here. It's just massive, absolutely just a massive move. Woo. Short there, boys and girls. I'm getting some lag. So consolidation, now we got to break, retest downside, guys. See it? Break, retest down. I'm telling you, when it takes out the low, we got confirmation of the downtrend, and the market is gonna die. It's gonna absolutely die like a rock. Massive move down. But I'll tell you, it's got to break 13,583. So be careful, the entire market. Well, today, I'm up over 80K today. I'm up kind of a bit today. Altogether. And since 9:30, I was up like, I think it looks like about 20, 25 just from the last 2 hours here. 9:30, 11, yeah, hour and a half, 2 hours. Crazy, man. I'm telling you, I'm surprised. I did start trading futures before now. Netflix is short here, guys. Target's going to be yesterday's low. Zoom, if you're in Zoom still, target's almost hit. It's going to be today's low, and of course, continue to sell off on the 6s and break retest. If you're in BA, still coming down. It's a blessing, man. I started out with a small account. It's not always been like this. It's not always been like this. But, you know, small gains add up. Baba's short, guys. Baba is short. It's in a major downtrend, and it's the best time to buy is bottom is now. It's at the top, coming right back down. It broke that consolidation. Big candles coming back through. Zoom just broke low a day. BA's still pushing down. Netflix just triggered downside as well. So these are some of the better setups. Now, anything that breaks the consolidation or yesterday's low will be short. All right, hands down, it will be short. But I'm doing 10 contracts at a time. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I started with MES, one contract. Let me take that back. I started first paper trading with futures just to get speed down, because speed is everything. You've got to be able to enter and exit quickly. And there's super dom and dom. I use basic entry. I keep it as simple as possible. You heard that saying, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. That's me. I keep everything simple. I want it simple. I don't want to overcomplicate anything. Trading should not be hard. It should be easy. And a lot of times we tend to overcomplicate it. And I think a lot of times traders on Twitter and all these other people, they overcomplicate it. And that way, when there's failures, there's so many different things that they can blame. You didn't read the MACD right. You didn't read the EMAs, or you didn't do this or that. When there's nothing but candles on the screen, a pivot study, and nothing lags, there's not many mistakes, so you can dial in a lot quicker. But started paper trading, then I went to EMS, trade one contract at a time, went to 10, and then went to NQ. I built up to it. But if it works for the EMS, it works for the NQ. Yeah, 40-point scalp. I did a 40-point while I was eating. I don't know if I can call that a scalp. Scalp's usually anything under 15 seconds. Now, sometimes if I'm going to let something run, I will not do 10 contracts. I might do 5. Sometimes it depends. If we get a breakout here and we start coming back through a large candle, I may tend to hold a bit longer. Sometimes after I make money on the day, I'll kind of play around with it. But I end up giving money back. But I'm okay with that. At the beginning, I'm serious. I want to, make money as fast as I can, quick as I can, and get it to day to go.
Jerry, what's your target on BABA?
Too. What's that?
What's your target on BABA?
Open low a day.
Thanks.
You're welcome. But yeah, if you have a smart account, just take profits quickly and let them. They add up quickly. And that's the thing with regular options. Once you're out of capital for the day, you're done. And because of PDT or cash don't roll over to the next day, you tend to hold on to trades a lot longer than you should, and it creates big losses, really, because you're scared to let it go. You're hoping it might bounce. You're going to catch that big monster move. With futures, you just cut it. As soon as there's a problem, you just get rid of it, and your money's immediately available. You can re-enter. So futures are nice. They're really nice. So I'm trying to push back up here. It don't matter. It really don't matter. We're back in that chop again. So it was expansion. Every time it breaks, hell, it's 20, 30 points. It's insane. So if you just trade the breaks, you can make money. If you'll just, aim for 5, 10 point each time it breaks a micro consolidation, you'll make money. Yeah, you get tax benefits from the futures. You open up an LLC, it helps with tax burden a little bit too. But it's a pain in the ass. I can imagine with futures, I'm going to have to claim every damn scalp. I want to be the person doing that paperwork. Pain in the ass. A lot of times now they got stuff where they can pull stuff straight from the broker. So you don't have to go and manually put in each scalp or each trade. Yeah. Yeah. As soon as you trade, it's right back ready. It's ready for you to use. Yep, immediately. Yep. Yep. As soon as you trade, right back to it. That's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah. Now, NinjaTrader, they have their contracts are 67 cents with commission and fee. That's pretty damn cheap. Pretty cheap. You know, with the NQ, here's the thing too. If I'm trading futures or anything for that matter, if I start having 2, 3 losses, you know, back to back, or you know, in 5 trades or 6 trades, I start getting a couple losses, you know, I walk away. I just turn the screens off. I walk away because at that point in time, my strategy is just not working, you know. And you gotta know when to walk away. You can't sit there and keep trading if you're losing. You gotta know when to walk away. If it's not working, if your setup's not working, you just leave. You just quit trading for the time being. And if you're a newer trader, just wait till it breaks consolidations. These consolidations. Here's one right here on the 5-minute. It needs to break either side of this. Anytime it breaks, because it runs those stops immediately, you'll get 5 to 10 points. So if you just sit there and you wait on your setup, you can make money. You can make money. I can tell you this: if you're new to trade, you don't want to try to scalp in this thing by yourself. You'll get in a lot of trouble. If you can't read the candles and look at current candle, the pullback, where it's retesting, what it's doing. But it's easy for you to spot these micro consolidation breaks. Your best trades are trending or with trend. So right now, you're using a downtrend here in the lower part of the 60%, in the lower part of 60. It's still extremely bearish. Of course, you know, anytime it breaks the low of day, we'll get a big spike down because it goes with overall trend. But if price is going to reverse too, we'll see it first on the 5-minute, and it'll happen on the 60 when it takes the high of these wicks here. We'll start to push back up. Of course, we get a big, massive move. So to me, I don't care which way it goes. I'll make money either way. I don't care. I don't care which way it breaks. It's not important. Yeah, yeah, you do. And even regular options and stuff, you need to really open and treat it like a business. Yeah. Guys, I appreciate you very much. I hope you have a great weekend. If I see any more trades, and there probably will be some after 2 o'clock and everything starts to settle down, I'll send some trades out. But I'll tell you this, as long as we're stuck in this range here, it's not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty. Now, if we can start to push back up and make higher highs and higher lows, right now they pull up the 30-minute here. Because remember, the higher time frame the signal, the stronger it is. So right off the bat, there's right on this level, that's a major resistance level, right? And that level has been tested 4 different times. And every time it comes up, we get a major pullback on it. So there's a lot of buy or sell orders on that level. And we can see it. We can see it by the wick. So if it breaks that level, it runs a lot of stops. There's a shit ton of stops there. And of course, the target will be the wicks and the pivot, but you'll target 50% of this range right here, first off. So it would be expansion range. And then we start to push back up here. We come back to target the pivot. Of course, it could come back up to the pivot and set back off. So right here, here's what happened. Here's expansion here on the top side. So it expanded there, came back up, and failed to make a new high here and sold back off yesterday. So expansion is a real thing. You gotta be aware of it, especially when you get close to pivots, and it's important for each pivot. Just the 60, the 30, the 15, but every single one you got to watch out for the same thing. Now you can play the range, so you can play pivot to pivot. Right? If we retest this pivot, we'll target the next pivot. So if it breaks here, we'll target the next pivot. And sometimes you'll have to jump up to 60 4-hour daily to find that pivot. And of course, when you start jumping the higher time frames, the moves are larger, so you'll look for individual candles, right, where they connect the bodies. There'll be support levels, and you know, say you're coming back to a large candle, you want to look for previous consolidation, because that will be a place where price will react definitely. If it's chopped previously in the recent past, it could happen again. It will happen again. There's no doubt about it. It will react to it. Guarantee it. So I appreciate you guys. We had a fucking absolute monster week. Probably one of the best weeks. I keep saying it every week. We have a monster week. It's just the best week, but it don't stop. They get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. That one guy I was talking about earlier, I'll get him to talk on here this week. Christian, really nice guy. Started 2 weeks ago. Started with $6,000. He's at like 75,000. Hell, he might be at 90 today. He was at 75 or 76,000 yesterday evening. Man, the equity curve's crazy. And we'll get him on here and see what he does. I think what he does is he will, when he gets to 5 point, he moves the stop to break even. So it's good to have people that's kind of success and taking these entries and the stops and stuff and see how they do it, because everybody's different. I don't use hard stops. I'm actively managing my trades, but that's good for newer people. It's not as quick to be able to do that, but it's good to hear how people use our strategy and signals. He's basically just taking the signals and running with it, making a shit ton of money. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you. I hope you had a great week. If anybody's having problems or struggling or something like that, you can call me. You can message me. You can hit me on Twitter. You can hit me on Discord. I'm always available. You can get a hold of me. But other than that, guys, I appreciate you. Enjoy your weekend. And I'll catch you Monday morning. So thank you.
Thanks, Jerry.
You're very welcome. I appreciate y'all very much. You're very welcome. I'll try to get with you.